It was supposed to be the best vacation of their lives. A tiny plane, turquoise water below, the whole family laughing as the islands drifted past. And then the engine coughed. Once, twice, and went silent. What happens in the next few hours is the difference between a story they tell for years and one that nobody ever hears. Because surviving a deserted island is not about being the strongest or the bravest. It is about doing the right things in the exact right order. Get that order wrong, and the island wins. So here is the survival manual, rule by rule, the same order that has kept lost people alive for as long as people have been getting lost. First, understand the law that decides everything. Your body runs on a countdown called the rule of threes. About 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in harsh weather, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. And almost everyone gets it backwards. The first thing people do when they wash up is stumble off to look for food. But food is the one thing you can go weeks without. Chase it first, and you will die of cold or thirst long before hunger is even the real problem. This order is not a suggestion you can bend. It is survival itself. Rule number 1, stay calm and think. This sounds far too simple to matter, but panic is the very first thing that kills. A frightened mind makes deadly choices, runs off in the wrong direction, and burns the energy you cannot afford to lose. So before you do anything at all, you stop. You breathe. You count everyone and make sure they are safe. And then you take stock of exactly what you have. What washed ashore, what is in your pockets, what the wreck itself can give you. A belt, a bottle, a broken mirror, a scrap of tarp, these are treasures now. A calm, clear head is the single most powerful tool on the entire island, and it is the one tool you already own. Rule number 2, build shelter. Not a fire, not a fishing spear, shelter, and this catches almost everyone by surprise. Because the sun, the wind, and the cold of the night can drain the life out of your body in a matter of hours, long before hunger is even a whisper. You do not need anything clever. You lean long branches against a fallen tree or a rock to make a simple frame. Then you layer broad palm leaves over the top, overlapping them like roof tiles, until sun and rain cannot get through. Then, and this part quietly saves lives, you lift your bed up off the cold ground with a thick pile of dry leaves or grass, because the bare ground will pull the heat out of you all night long. It does not have to be pretty. It only has to keep you warm and dry. But choose your spot with care before you build, because where you sleep can save you or sink you. Set your camp above the high tide line, so the sea cannot creep up and swallow it in the middle of the night. Keep it close to fresh water and firewood, so you are not marching for miles every day. And never build directly beneath a coconut palm, because a falling coconut is far heavier and far more dangerous than it looks, and it does not care that you are asleep. Rule number 3, find water. After shelter, this kills the fastest, and here the ocean plays its cruelest trick. You are surrounded by an endless sea and cannot drink a single mouthful of it. Salt water drags the water out of your body and dries you out faster than drinking nothing at all. So you hunt down the fresh kind. You catch rainwater in every leaf, shell, and container. You crack open green coconuts and drink what is inside. You follow the land uphill, where streams and trickles hide. And here is a trick worth memorizing. Tie a clear plastic bag tightly around a leafy branch in the sun, and across the day the leaves sweat clean, drinkable water into the corner of the bag. And if there is no stream in sight, dig a little way back from the shore, behind the first rise of sand, scoop out a hole and wait. And often water seeps in that is far less salty than the sea, ready to be boiled safe over your fire. If you are ever unsure about any water, you boil it first, which is one more reason for the next rule. Rule number 4, make fire. Now, we already showed you exactly how the very first humans pulled a flame out of nothing in another video, so we will not repeat all of that here. What matters for survival is understanding why fire is worth so much sweat and effort, because a single fire quietly does 5 jobs at the same time. It keeps you warm through the freezing dark. It cooks your food so it will not make you sick. It boils dirty water and turns it safe to drink. It throws a signal up into the sky that says you are still alive down here. And it does a fifth job that a family needs most of all. It gives you hope, a warm circle of light to gather around when the island feels too big and the night feels endless. So once you have a flame, you protect it like it is the most valuable thing you own, because right now, it is. Rule number 5. Make tools. Everything from this point gets dramatically easier the moment you have a sharp edge, and the island is not going to hand you one. So you make it yourself. You find a hard stone and strike it against another, again and again, until it fractures into a jagged, razor-sharp flake. That flake is instantly a knife. It cuts cord, splits open coconuts, and cleans a fish. Lash it to a strong branch with vines or a strip of torn cloth, and now you are holding an axe that can chop wood and build a real camp. Sharpen a long, straight branch and harden its point in your fire, and you have a spear for fishing. With tools in your hands, you stop being a helpless guest on the island and start becoming someone who can bend it to your will. Rule number 6. Protect your body, because out here it is the only machine you have, and no doctor is coming to fix it. A small injury can become a deadly one. A cut on your foot from sharp coral can get infected within days, and an infection with no medicine can end you when hunger and thirst never would. So you never walk barefoot over rocks or reef. You keep every wound clean and rinse it with boiled, cooled water. You stay out of the harsh midday sun, and you move slowly, because a twisted ankle far from shelter can turn a bad situation into an impossible one. And the island itself can help you heal, if you know what to reach for and what to leave alone. Aloe gel, if you can clearly recognize the plant, soothes burns and scrapes. Big broad leaves like banana or palm make clean bandages. A little charcoal crushed from your cold fire and swallowed with water can settle a sick stomach. And coconut water can pull a weak, dehydrated body back from the edge. But one golden rule rules them all. Never eat or rub on a plant you cannot clearly recognize, because out here the wrong plant is not a cure, it is a poison. Rule number 7, and notice how far down the list it finally is. Find food. Everything else came first, because everything else is what keeps you alive long enough for food to even matter. And the good news is that the ocean is the largest supermarket you have ever stood beside. When the tide pulls back, small fish get trapped in the rocky pools it leaves behind, and that is exactly where your spear earns its keep. Shellfish cling to the wet rocks, ready to be pried loose and cooked over your fire. Coconuts give you food and water together in one shell. And you do not even have to chase every meal by hand, because you can build a trap the sea fills for you. Pile stones into a low curved wall across a tidal pool, and when the tide rushes in and then drains away again, fish are left stranded behind your little wall, gathered up and waiting for you. But here is the part that keeps you alive rather than kills you. What you must never eat. Never gamble your life on a mystery. No brightly colored berries, no unknown mushrooms, and nothing at all that you cannot clearly recognize, because a single poisonous bite can undo everything you have fought so hard to build. Cook your shellfish and fish whenever you possibly can, to kill anything that could make you sick. When in doubt, leave it out. A hungry stomach is something you can survive. A poisoned one very often is not. And then comes the rule people forget in the fight to stay alive, the one that matters most of all: getting rescued. Surviving is not the goal. Getting home is. So from the very first day, everything you build must also be screaming to be found, because rescue can come at any hour and usually gives you only one chance to be seen. Your loudest voice is smoke and fire. Keep a signal fire ready on open, high ground. And the moment you hear a plane or spot a ship, pile green leaves and wetwood onto the flames to send up thick white smoke that stands out for miles by day, and let it burn bright by night. Remember the rule of 3, a distress call understood all over the world. 3 fires in a triangle, or 3 of any signal, means someone needs help. Then make the ground itself speak. Drag rocks, logs, and dark seaweed into 3 giant letters across the sand. S-O-S. Each big enough to read from a plane. Tie anything bright and unnatural, a strip of colored cloth or a torn shirt, to the tallest branch you can reach, because impossible color is what a searching eye locks onto in an instant. And keep a shard of glass or polished metal on you at all times, because one flash of sunlight aimed at a distant plane can be seen when nothing else can. And if the days stretch into weeks with no ship and no plane, you may think about leaving on your own. You can lash logs or bamboo together with vines into a raft, carve a paddle, and set out for the horizon. But understand this clearly, because it can cost you everything. The open ocean is far more dangerous than the island ever was, and most people who sail off on a homemade raft are never seen again. So a raft is a desperate last resort. Only when you have water, food, and a real reason to believe help lies that way. For almost everyone, the safer choice is to stay near where you washed ashore, keep every signal ready, and let rescue come to you, because searchers look where you were last seen. A rescue you are not ready for is one that sails silently right past you. So there it is, the whole survival manual in one clean order. Stay calm, then shelter, then water, then fire, then tools, then protect your body, and only then food. And every single day, be ready for rescue. Almost nobody gets that order right on instinct, which is exactly why you should never be learning it for the first time on a real beach with everything you own washing out to sea. Because in the end, the families who walk back off that island are rarely the strongest or the luckiest. They are the ones who stayed calm, stuck together, and did the right things in the right order. Burn that order into your memory and share it with the people you love, because the ocean gives no warning before the engine goes quiet. But now, if that day ever comes, you will not panic. You will know exactly what to do first and second and third. And that knowledge, more than muscle and more than luck, is what carries a family home.